What's up guys? So it's been a little bit quiet here recently on the channel, but for good reason, because I've been keeping something from you. I've been planning on something in the background about trying to create a series that has installments and episodes, if you will, that people can tune into when they want to watch the next episode and can look forward to the next episode. So there's a lot of cars out there that have build stories, but you always see the information about the car. You never hear about the owner and why they did it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna go out and get. I'm gonna go out and talk to the owner and get that story and give the opportunity to the owner to share that story. So, without pushing it off any longer, I'd like to introduce to you guys my new series called Behind the Wheel. Roll the intro. What's going on guys? I am here with Bill and his 2006 Mitsubishi Evo 9 MR Edition. What's up man? Thanks for coming to the episode.
Hey, thanks for having me man.
Yeah, no
I
problem,
appreciate it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So for the people watching, what made you buy this Evo specifically?
Mainly because it's my third one.
Third one, okay.
When I was younger I started as, you know, the V8 kind of guy.
Yeah.
Firebirds, Trans Ams, Mustangs, and then all of a sudden, 1999, I kind of fell into a Mitsubishi.
Really?
You
Okay.
know, first in Talon, actually.
Okay.
Always had a love for the Evos.
Really?
Once I got into Mitsubishi, you know, we weren't fortunate enough to have the Evo here in the U.S. until they came out with the Evo 8.
Okay.
So, you know, I've just been a Mitsubishi guy. I wanted one, and finally in 05, I got my hands on Rally Ready Evo 8.
Wow.
Had that for a few years, fell in love with the platform.
Yeah.
Then regrettably sold it.
Got, I hate that.
Yeah. Got into an Evo 10.
Mm-hmm.
Put down a whole ton of power. Won a few car trophies with it. Raced it. All of that stuff. But I missed this platform.
Yeah.
That's when I started realizing, like, damn, I could have made the 8 a beast or something. But
Yeah.
I missed this platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I got out of that one. Took a little break. Went on hunt for, I wanted an Evo 9 specifically. Had an 8, had a 10. Mine not trying 9. And the fact that I found an MR made it even more special.
Now, I don't really know a lot about Mitsubishis. What makes the MR, is it more of a rare?
It is. Like the RS, you know, the RS edition and the MR, they have different things than the GSR would have.
Okay.
Built seat suspension, I-box springs, aluminum roof. They just weigh less. They're set up more for race than the GSR was. I mean, the GSR is still impressive as is.
Yeah.
The MRs and the RSs, they just made them a little bit better.
Okay.
Lighter.
Now, how long have you had this car for?
This one, I've had for about, I want to say about 7 years now.
Really? Okay. She's really clean. Very clean.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Like I said, once I got out of the other platform, I want to get back into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking, and I really want to rally red again.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's.
I love the red.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
I like the combination with the color of the wheels too. It's almost like a gunmetal, but it's like not like it's not satin though. It's nice.
No, that was Wet
glossy.
Sports. Wet Sport considers that it's a full JDM wheel.
Mm-hmm.
They consider that they're hyper gunmetal.
Really?
But yeah, it was a perfect wheel tire combo for this thing.
Now, do you actually race this car?
I haven't brought this one to the track, no.
No?
Of the 3 Evos I've had, this one hasn't.
Is it because it's like your pride and joy baby, you don't want to kind of get it beaten up a little bit?
Yeah. You know, I don't really want to break anything that's not necessarily broken.
Yep, no, I agree. I see what you're saying.
This one, I kind of rescued it from a shady dealership in New Jersey. When I bought it, I knew it had issues.
Oh, okay.
Had low compression wheel on it, but it was a Rally Red Evo 9 MR.
And you're like, okay, I want this. I want this thing.
I went to New Jersey and back twice that week.
Oh.
Got this thing home, and obviously, you know, it didn't look like this when it came here, but
yeah.
It was still a clean chassis to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the important parts underneath, the engine bay, everything was there. And I kind of want to make it like a rescue project.
There you go. You did amazing with it. I mean, this thing, when I first saw this a few weeks ago, I was like, I have to see more about this thing. That you know, the amount of time you can tell, really the amount of time and effort you put into making this thing clean.
I appreciate it, man.
And like just, you can see the passion behind it, and that's a big thing I talk about on this channel. Is just like about like the passion that people have for cars and sharing that passion with others. Like
You get a good background on why people do what they do.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, I mean,
that's awesome.
What made you pick this direction? Like, I know obviously now in the condition it's in, you don't want to race it because you'd be hesitant of racing it because it's like, you know, it's where it's at.
Yeah.
But what made you pick this direction rather than going straight race oriented, or you know, you could have gone for like a bagged stance look? Like, what made you pick this direction?
This direction I went with because, like I said, I dailied the hell out of my first Evo.
Yeah.
That it was a blast. It was a fun car to drive every day. The Monster Evo 10 that we built, it wasn't as fun. It was phenomenally fast, but not as fun.
Yeah.
Plus the platform. When I got this one, I realized I wanted somewhere in the happy medium. You know, my first one had like 375 to the wheels. The other one had almost 700.
What's this putting down right now?
This one did just under 4.5 on a Mustang dyno at Urth Motorsports, tuned by Rafe.
And this is a light car, so this thing is probably
yes,
rocking.
that's a stock block, pump gas, all-wheel drive dyno number.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted a little more fun, but still be completely streetable.
Exactly.
And like I said, this was kind of like my rescue project. I joke around, I say, is what it was.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted, because, you know, these are dying breed. You know, one of these days, this is going to be...
I don't see a lot of them. I see the other models around, but I never really see this. I never see this year around, and I never really see this body style, and especially the ones this clean. A lot of them are clapped out. You know, people don't take care of them anymore, but like, you gotta take a good.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't left either.
I want to know what made you dump the exhaust out the hood, because that is absolutely absurd.
All right, that's yeah, that's probably one of the most frequently asked questions. That, and does it really spins for?
Yeah.
Yes to the spins for question. That one we were going with the said I want to make it a little more fun. I didn't want to keep it completely original, so to go along some of the tasteful mods, I ended up upgrading to a Force Performance UHF green turbo.
Okay.
Perfect little street turbo. It's like having a factory one, but hold on. That day, me and my girlfriend, you know, we were doing the install and going at it, this and that, and then just decisions were made that day.
That you can't go back on.
Yeah, two decisions were made that day. We both agreed, and it was her idea. The AC's in the way, so all the AC's in a box somewhere for this car. Weight going. Yeah, it was a nice little pile.
Yeah.
The second one was the dump. It was going to be really inconvenient with the way my intercooler piping was routed. I did not want to destroy the aluminum Beatrice under tray I got in here.
You mentioned it before, there's an under tray that you got, like, was it custom from Japan?
Beatrice literally stopped making them, and I got one in my hands on one of the last ones they made.
So you weren't going to cut through that?
I waited 8 months for this.
Yeah, you weren't going to get rid of it or cut through that, you weren't going to ruin it.
And we said, I can get another hood.
Yeah.
So that day we decided, screw it. It'd be more fun. Something to give somebody to talk about.
Yeah.
Out the hood.
There you go. We will turn this thing on later. This thing sounds very unique with the hood dump. It's absolutely insane. No, I mean, it is really, you can tell that this is a special car to someone, and I could see that even before I met you. So really, what is really done to this thing all in all? I mean, obviously you've done a lot under the hood, but you know, what's the wheel setup? You know, exhaust, like what's else in the car?
Recently, this is a fresh paint job.
Okay.
So everything from the foolish belt moldings, clips, fasteners, vent visors, tapes, everything was replaced.
Yeah, everything's been touched. You can see everything's been touched.
Like you would a resto project. You know, but it's funny when I say resto project because it's like a 2006. People are like, you know, that's not really classic.
But you're still bringing it back to where it should be.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
Right now, that was my goal with this car ultimately, to have like that, not a show car, but it's a modern day cruiser. You know, this comes out on the weekends, it goes to meets.
Yeah.
With no AC now, it doesn't go on the hot days.
Yeah, definitely not.
You know, it's not a daily driver, but...
What do you daily right now?
My 2017 Ford Focus RS.
Okay.
I just blew awesome daily. I mean, like we talked about earlier, it got me to Toronto and back. It's a beast. Yeah. This one, you know, I did want to change up, didn't keep it original. It's got the Evo 9 SE lip, front lip, the JDM Evo 9 headlights, side markers, tails, the JDM rear bumper as well. That's kind of the look I was going for. I want to convert to like what they have over there. Yeah. Their Evo 9, you know, MR. The wheel tire combo, I had a set of RPF ones, like the typical Evo Subi guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just saw these and I was like, it's a perfect JD wheel. It's lightweight.
Yeah.
It's
What tires are Nittos?
Nitto NTO ones.
Nice.
Not a great rain tire.
No.
But you don't see them. It don't go out in the rain.
Not gonna
So
go
you
out
know
in the rain,
what? Yeah. No, it's a great tire. It sticks. I'm impressed. I'm probably gonna be looking for Nittos for the Super eventually as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I got SE interior that I got out of an Evo 9 MR SE. Stitched the wheel, just cosmetic things.
Odds and ends, like, personal touches, yeah.
Basically, yeah, red stitch interior and all that. Nothing crazy, but just, like you said, how I wanted to sit.
Just personable, it's your build. It's not like, you're not building for someone else, you're building for how you want it. And that's the biggest thing that I like, is like how people can have, even if I show it to a meet in a stock Charger, stock Supra, stock, BRZ, anything, it's like, that's still your car.
Yes.
Even if you just put an air freshener in there and you plastied at the light, it's your car.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing that I, can respect. It doesn't matter, like, because not everyone has the deep pockets.
Oh, no.
Constantly changing things, or not everyone has, the knowledge to be able to put things in, or, they need to bring it to somewhere, they can't afford to bring it to somewhere, like, to them, that is their build. Build can be, anything they want it to be, This thing could be a complete race car, or it could be right out of the box, but it's still, even if, you replace, you dip the mirrors and you tint the side markers, or you get, different wheels and tires, it's still your build. That's what I love about it. Really, what do you, what kind of plans do you have for this thing for the future?
Not sell it, so I don't regret it later.
That's the biggest thing.
Even if I joke around about it, my girl immediately would tell me, I'll kill you.
Nope, don't do it.
This thing, no, it's gonna stay. Once I got a little more time, a little more garage space that I can fit all the cars in it, I'm gonna do things like take them more out, do a nice wire top, spray the engine bay finally.
Yeah.
Just
Is
little
it
things.
painted right now?
Just factory.
Just factory paint?
Just factory, old paint.
Yeah.
The outside got fresh paint.
Yeah.
The engine bay, like I want to do a wire tuck. I might relocate the battery to the trunk. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
But
it's a things are never-ending project.
Yeah, like you say where you want to go. I'm like, I can go through the suspension. I could, there's a few more things. But like I said, this is kind of, I got her almost where I want it, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can probably agree with that. The fact that it's. People probably get asked all the time on their own builds, like, when's it gonna be done? Like never. Never. Because it's always,
ask any car person.
You're gonna see another, like, ooh, what did they do?
Yeah,
I like that. Oh, I like that they. Oh, that sounds nicer. What did they do to that? Why does it sound like that? Like, it's never any project. It's one little thing online. See a movie.
If a car person turns around and tells you that they're done, they're full of it.
Yeah,
it's never done. Never done.
Never any project.
No.
Yeah. Friends will ask you, the wife or the husband will be like, oh yeah,
no.
both people, when's it gonna be done? It's never.
No,
never
me and my girlfriend both have the bad habit.
Yeah.
She's got her car that we're working on. You all see that soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't end. Look, you get one, you go to another project, and that's what's great. Everybody, like you said, has their own builds.
Yep.
The car community it's gotten a lot better. I took a hiatus.
I do notice that too now.
I took a hiatus myself from the car scene just because of just how it was going, and it wasn't necessarily what people were doing to the cars. It was the scene, the people that were being out again and everything. And seeing a lot of people. It's growing again. It's going in a good direction.
And we're getting a whole new generation of kids there. I love it.
New cars coming out. People building things that, years ago I would be like, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, everybody talks and everything, and the community's pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, no, I know.
You find out these things, like, why did you pick a 96 Corolla? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like, like you said, it's their build.
It's their build. It could be anything. Like, I've seen, there's actually, there's someone that I ran into at the detail garage in Swansea. Actually, it's Catch Me Running Naked. He's got a smart car. He's built a smart car. He's modding it. He's got some stuff done to it, but I never thought I'd say that it actually looked cool. Like seeing a smart car build, but it's to each his own.
Yeah,
it actually is nice. It's cool. It's a cool build. I think I posted a picture about it before, but no, it is cool to see what people do. And people have this vision and they go for it.
Exactly.
and that's what I love. It's like people have, everyone's got their own, you know, situation, their own mind. It's like to think about what they want to do to these
Whether
things.
your stance is slammed, race stance,
yeah,
you know, or lifted.
Oh yeah, or lifted. Yeah,
you
people,
know,
I've seen lifted Chargers.
Yeah.
I've seen people
Yeah.
like, you know, the
lifted
thing is,
Miatas.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, it's whatever direction you want to go. You know, it's really is. I do agree with you. The community has definitely changed. Like even just 10 years ago, when I first
Absolutely.
like I'm younger, you know, in the community, but like
Yeah, see, I'm an old fart. I've been around a while.
just seeing like, well, I mean, I've had my license for basically only about 10 years
Yeah.
now. I'm 26, so like the thing is like even when I first started driving, like, and we would just go to like pop into random car meets, just my buddy and I, you know, the scene was completely different. Everyone would be trashing. You hear conversations going by. They're like, "What the heck is that?"
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
Like,
that's what ruined it for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
It's the, you know, it's the guys that are walking around that, like, you know, all they do is trash other people's builds, and it's like, you know, to someone that has put so much time and effort and process to get this, you know, the car to where it as actually is at, you know, it's heart wrenching to hear someone sit there and trash your build the whole time.
It is. I mean, that's just. It kills the mojo. You know,
And like you said before, we talked before about, you know, there's even like other people that have the same car you have that'll still kind of like, you know, talk smack. It's like, dude, you guys have the same car.
That one meet that confused me.
I mean, I get it. Like, I mean, the thing is, it's like, yeah, like my Charger, like, you know, the suspension's stock, but some people bag it, some people will put coils, some people, you know, do completely, like, go do a wide body kit on it. Like, and I completely respect that build because you know how much time and effort put into them planning that, getting the fitment just right. And even though I probably would not do like a bag setup on my car because I daily it, but people that don't daily the car, like, you know, if they want to make it a show car, make it a show car.
Exactly.
You know, and
it's
that's
just
what
everybody.
like
when anybody starts modding a car and everything, I tell them, like, just pick your goal.
Yeah.
Pick a goal and just
you're gonna have both directions.
You're gonna veer off here and there, but in the end,
you'll waste a lot less money if you have the idea ahead of time about the ideal ending. Even though it's not gonna end, but at least the main.
Yeah, your main.
Yeah, you can't be going for like I want to stance the hell out of this thing, but then like, you know, like, I want to make it a race car now because you gotta basically rip everything out. Because now.
Yeah, I'm not putting bags in and then rallying it next month.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not gonna trash the car after. Definitely not. I gotta ask right now, because in this day and age, what's the fuel economy in this thing? Is that a sore subject right now? I know it's just a weekend car, but
honestly, I don't even look at it.
You know, look at it.
No,
I'm kind of like the same way. It's like, like something just kind of like
that bases on how I feel that day. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What kind of mood you're in?
Yeah,
you know, the weather.
I mean, it's a 4-cylinder. It's good on gas.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So out of all the cars that you do have, which you guys will be seeing eventually, which one, if you could pick a favorite right now, like if I said, okay, you could keep one out of the three, I just, at the end of the day, like, with weighing as many options as you can, which one would you keep? Because I know there's obviously sentimental value, there's like, okay, it could be even a matter of like sentimental value over dollar amount. Like, you know, I could get more if I sold these ones, but then it's like, if I get more for this, it's like, what's the?
Of the three, if I had to let one, only keep one. Sorry, girls. No, it'd have to be this one.
It's the sentimental.
It's the sentimental. It's you know, I've got time in my other two cars. Yeah. You know, I don't have that much time into it. You know. The Super I haven't even had for a year yet. Focus I've had for a few years. Yeah. I've had this for like 7. I already regretted selling one of these. Yeah. And had to go back and do this.
All over,
and like I said, they're getting extinct. You know, in another like 10 years or something like that.
Be a dinosaur.
10 years ago, I had 20 friends with the Evos.
Yeah.
Just like you see the Supers now. You can see 20 of them in a parking lot.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of the Evo 10s. I see a lot of those. Yes. Like, I've seen over the years, I've seen a lot of Evo 10s out in the street, but I'm starting to see less and less of them.
Even if you know, the Evo 10, it was around from 08 to like 2015 with the final edition ones. So at least they had a good 7 years of Evo 10s being released. Skipping a couple of years in between. Yeah. This platform you had only for a few years, and now we got nothing. Thanks, Mitsu.
Now, remind me, what Mitsubishi was in the Fast and Furious? When they had the purple Eclipse and then he had which one was that one?
That was the second one. That was Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious. But
the green Evo, which
what model was that one?
I believe it was an Evo 8, but they made it look like an Evo 7 just for the movie.
Was there any?
I don't think it was a true Evo 7.
Was there any inspiration from seeing that?
No, because when that movie came out, I was already into Mitsus.
You're already in there.
So
you're like.
Yeah, I was like, all right. So that movie came out like what? Too Fast, Too Furious was like. Well, the first one came out with the Eclipse and the MK4 Supras and everything like that.
Yep.
Even when that movie came out in 01, I was already 2 years into Mitsus. So to see him in the movie was like, oh, that's definitely cool.
Yeah.
And then
Then you had all the kids that were growing up getting into the the hardcore.
And then that's when the import scene around here really. It depends who you ask.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious either ruined the car scene around here, or it blew it up. Either way, it got you interested.
I think those movies, as much as people can crap on them, how they completely changed their direction recently about where they're going into more of like. Not even focusing on the cars
the
anymore.
first few were really the cars,
now it's more just like a heist story or like, what's going on right now. But
and then obviously they had the Red Evo and Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
Yeah, so then no, that movie did not inspire me to buy this car.
Really?
I was already
there.
I was already way over my head with these long before that movie came along.
So I started out as more of like an import guy when I first got interested in cars early on. For the longest time, I wanted a WRX. I saw them. I never knew what it was called. Like there was one that drove around my town, and I always remember I was probably like 10, 11, 12 years old, and I always saw it. I was like, oh, I love that thing. I love that sound it makes, like the growl, like the rumble,
the Subaru rumble.
The Subaru rumble.
Yep.
And I never knew what it was. When I got into the driving age and getting into cars like that too, I always wanted one. But then I also heard a lot of problems with them too, and it also depends if you want to be able to wrench on it yourself, and also depends on how much you beat on it. So
that's always the case. That's
the thing. It's like how much you beat on them.
You could take a brand new car and it'd be a POS if you don't treat it right.
Exactly.
That's something that's on the owner.
Yeah, of course. And then people also try to do too much to the car without replacing other things. They might do all the other mods that.
And they might listen to the wrong people. That's why I tell anybody that really starts getting into the modern game, do your research.
Yep.
You've got to do your research.
Well,
don't listen.
Just talk to people that have already done it.
Yeah, that's the best way. The way things are now, the answers are out there. Whether it's forums, YouTube videos,
God
whatever.
bless YouTube, man. That's how we
learn. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed. I've gone to YouTube tons of times.
Yeah. How many things I've learned how to do, whether it be cars or not. Learn it from YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The people that are already doing it, like, oh, you can see, they broke that. Okay, so I'm not going to touch that this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Or watching, I want to put in this lip, or I want to do this.
Yeah, and things change. You work on an 06, like Mitsubishi, I can work on my eyes closed. Now I start dabbling in something like a brand new Supra. Yeah, everybody's good to do research. You can't just.
It's a brand new.
Just don't dive in there if you can't swim.
Exactly. Of course, no. I've definitely seen my love since I've been doing the photography, going to the shows, like really getting to the the car scene in Rhode Island. Like I have a new love for the whole import scene. Like I always loved like looking at the Camaros and the Chargers, the Challengers, like all the Mopars, stuff like that too, and seeing what people can really do with the imports and just even the the sounds too. It's a whole new ballpark, compared to the whole muscle groups. But the thing is you're allowed to have the passion for both.
Exactly.
You're not just I'm not just a Mopar guy.
No.
Like I talk a lot about Mopars on my channel.
Same here. I confessed on camera. I was a Trans Am and a Mustang guy, and then I fell into the import world in the late 90s.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people miss. Not everybody appreciates everything. But again, with the car scene in Rhode Island, New England, anywhere, really, it has gotten better, and people are a little more appreciative of like your build.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is a different scene around here. Look at us. We got imported from Japan, right-hand drive vehicles.
Yeah, I've seen more
brand new Vets, exotics.
Yeah. I've seen more R34s and I've seen like a lot of right-hand drive Supras in the past 2 years than I have in my entire life.
To get into that age to get them over here.
Yeah. And I'm not complaining about it.
Nope.
I love it.
Down the line, I still want an Evo 4 and Evo 5. Because like I said, I've always been into these things, and a right-hand drive 4 or 5 would go good with this.
I think I probably saw. I mean, I probably counted at least 5 Mark IV Supras at the meet the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were all different styles. People had all different builds, and I appreciate that one. You guys saw the last video with that kind of cherry maroonish Supra that I got a really nice close-up as it leaving, that sounded beautiful.
Yes, the
gorgeous
I don't know
car.
if you saw the engine bay. It
Oh,
was
it
pretty
was
impressive.
clean.
Yeah.
That thing was nothing to joke around with.
No.
That was well done.
That's what's great about getting cars units.
Yeah, and I love looking at everything, all the little customization people done under the hood, and and really get in there and just see everyone's kind of taste. It's really cool, and I love the fact that like when I start a conversation, bringing people like. They're not just brushing you off, like, oh, like, they see what car you get out of. They're not just like, oh, you pull up in a Charger, or we don't talk to you.
Yeah,
Or, oh, you didn't pull up in a Porsche and get out of my way. Like, people, even this morning at Cars and Coffee in Newport, I mean, I had people that walked up to me and asked me questions, or even recognized me, which is awesome, because I'm like, one of the guys, some chemical guys actually came up to me and is like, oh, I've seen your work, like,
nice.
Am I seeing you in person? And that's the biggest thing I love, that, like, what I love doing this channel is, like, the fact that I can go out there and take pictures of, your cars and showcase them, put my own artistic spin on things, or just even just like capture the the beauty that I can see through the lens, and and be able to share it, and then have other people come up to me and be like, oh dude, I love your work. That means so much. Having people and that's why I want to be able to have to do this and share what your work is with the rest of the car community, because you've done so much and put so much time into this thing that like it deserves to be showcased.
I appreciate it, man.
It deserves to be shown. Yeah. It deserves to be shown. It's like
it means a lot. I appreciate it.
It like the fact that like you and I, complete strangers, are on the same page. That we both share that love for cars.
Absolutely.
We both share the love for cars, and it doesn't matter. We have different tastes or different mindsets under certain things. It's still that core passion. That no matter what, you can walk up and be like, oh dude, hey, I love your car, like, I love what you've done to it.
Yes.
And it's like it goes both ways, because it's like you respect the person for having that similar passion. And the community, like you said, in the past couple of years is really getting better about that.
Yeah.
People being able to immediately start a conversation.
With a complete stranger.
Yeah, with a complete stranger.
Yeah, no,
like nothing.
Like you used to be able to do. I'm honored. By the way, I do appreciate be your first episode and
no,
you know
what
I mean?
I appreciate you giving me your time.
Honored, you know what I mean? But like I told you when you approached me with this project, I think it's absolutely great. Your photography is absolutely beautiful.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You great pictures. But I was excited to do this with you because what you're doing is awesome. I like
your game for getting it out there.
You're getting out there, and you literally you're getting behind everybody. Like it's like a behind the scenes. Everybody wonders, like, you don't have the time to go to one meeting and go to every single person.
Yeah, and really talk to them
and be like, why'd you do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like to have that, it's impossible. So to catch occasionally, like, to be able to pick someone's brain, I thought it's cool.
No,
I definitely think it's an awesome concept, and I'm all for it, man.
No, I appreciate it, man. To have the support, like right off the bat, like, and it was a shot in the dark to message you, be like, hey, like, I had this idea. And I don't know if you're game about it, but like you said, you agree that the car scene is changing, and you and I talked about.
It's an awesome time to do it.
Yeah,
it really is.
You and I talked about how the fact is like there's a lot of people, not everyone, but they're like just so set in their ways that like they're only strictly muscle, and it's like they don't have that.
Yeah.
Similar, like this is a way to actually have people that kind of can pull the community together. And have people take a step back and be like,
exactly.
Okay, well,
you know what? Maybe that person that is set in their ways, whether they're young or older, maybe if they stopped and just sat back and like, well, all right, instead of making fun of this import, listen to why he did it.
Yeah.
What's his reason for his build?
Maybe that could be like, a relative that's no longer here that left in the car.
You don't know.
That has that passion, that sentimental value to it. You never know.
You don't know.
You never know.
So instead of just like, like I said, instead of ragging on it, why don't you listen to their story?
Exactly.
Which, I thought this was an awesome thing that you're doing. I really do.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Like, that's what I wanted to do, I wanted to get, like, a lot of stuff out there, it's always about, like, okay, like, oh, this, so-and-so's, Supra, Evo, Ford Focus, whatever it is, like, they just give, like, a mod list. All it is, like, a lot of the videos out there are just people just giving a mod list, and you see, like, a little spec sheet on the side of the screen, and then it's just, like, just a bunch of flybys or racing like that. It never talks to the person that actually had that idea and like why they did it, and that's why I've always been interested in to pick, like you said, pick someone's brain and be like, okay, that's a crazy
what-
car.
yeah.
Oh, like, you know, even like these, like, you know, these, like the Texas 2K, like, you know, drag racing Lamborghinis that do wheelies. Like,
Yes.
what?
Yeah,
Like,
I know,
seriously.
I know.
But it's like, okay, but that's the route they took.
Yep.
Like, you're taking multiple $100,000 cars and dumping more time, money, ideas, effort, you name it, to making these things. I saw a video the other day of a Lamborghini just sitting there popping a wheelie down the drag strip, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's a house.
No, I know.
That's a house
I
right
know.
there. But you know, it's like if they want to do it, they want to do it. That's
Yeah,
their thing.
that's-
It's like everyone's got their own direction they want to take with their cars, and I respect it. And I want to be able to have people understand that we're all enthusiasts, and it's just like we have to like still protect, you know,
Yeah.
our community
community.
and look out for one another, you know, because there's a lot of people that are against the community, and that's you know.
There is the Karens of the world.
Oh,
you know.
yeah, I know.
It'd be nice not to see the car community go down again.
I'm hoping to see it grow.
I mean, it
I'm hoping to
has
see it grow.
it has
I really
changed for
am.
the better again,
Yeah.
and like I said, awesome ideas like this, and you know, being able just to talk to people again.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cool thing. You
Yeah.
know, and it shouldn't die.
I'm getting a little scared seeing how much more, you know, they're pushing electric, and obviously I know it has its place, but it's like it sucks because getting to this point where it's like I'm just really getting into the scene, and I'm hoping I don't see it go away anytime soon.
Yeah, that's
Like
I'm working on dealerships and body shops. The electric cars, like they make everybody nervous.
Mhm.
Like I get it, you're saving gas and you're not burning this and that. But in the long run, when these cars have to be disposed of, where's that all going?
Yeah. Where's it gonna go?
All those cars are giant. I have to pay a core charge to
Yeah.
return a tiny little car battery that has to be disposed of properly.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do with a whole car that's a battery?
Yep.
But that's.
It's a whole other story.
I'm not gonna get
Whole other
the
story.
EPA on me, you know.
Yeah. No,
But
no,
no, I don't get me wrong. There are some cool things going on with electric cars. But
Oh, definitely.
any true
Enthusiast,
gearhead
yeah.
enthusiast is. We'd rather pay $6 a gallon for gas than have to plug my car in at night.
My biggest thing is it's like just getting my charger recently. You know, I finally got something. My first few cars, I wasn't really able to pick them out. Like they were just more like, you know, I kind of got them because I needed to get something, and I really get to choose. And having my car finally falling in love with my own build and my own car, and finding the scene, and then it's like seeing that like I'm kind of scared. And in the back of my mind, I'm hoping that like I can still raise kids of my own one day to be able to share that still and not have it just be like a thing of the past and be like, oh, here's videos and here's pictures of what things used to sound and look like.
Yeah.
But
I mean, now we're gonna have to start having car meets at Starbucks and where we can all plug in. If we're gonna sit there for hours,
I
you
know. And the thing is like obviously you can completely agree with this. It's like nothing beats the sound. Whether it's a V8 or it's you know, a turbo spooling up, nothing beats that.
Every
sound.
car, whether you got that Mustang sound, you got your Subi Rumble, you got your Super sounds, your anything, nothing beats it. Nothing. You need
can't.
whatever your choice of poison is.
Yeah,
you know, it's there. You need that.
I can't picture myself driving a car like the first thing I did in my Charger, exhaust. The first thing I did because it was silent. I'm like,
It was too quiet.
I'm like, I'm a Hemi. I'm a Hemi under the hood. And I can't
it
hear
does not sound like it.
The
No.
fact that nothing. Like I want to hear my car.
Yeah.
Like I got this big ass engine under the car. I want to be able to hear this thing, you know. And that's like I feel like everyone's probably like basically within the first few mods they're doing exhaust. And any kind of person that buys a car like that as a gearhead, they're gonna be doing the exhaust.
My first Evo, I had an exhaust for it before I even had the Evo.
There you go.
I knew I was getting one. I went
Yeah.
on a group buy to get a discount.
There you go.
So the exhaust came before the car.
Yeah. The only thing
happens.
The only thing I ordered for this thing was like custom floor mats. That's the only thing I got because I was like, I knew I was getting the car, and I got these awesome like the custom like RT like a nice red trim. You can pick all the
Nice.
colors you want like RT floor mats because I bought the car. It had 0 floor mats in it. I don't know what the owner did with the floor mats before, but I bought the car used. Had 0 floor mats. I'm like, all right, well,
Probably had
floor
weather
mats.
text in it or something, and then
Probably
someone's
just
like,
took 'em
"Ooh,
back
I'm
up.
taking
well, I
these."
think it was a lease before, I believe, but he probably just took them.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, all right, well, it's an excuse to, honey, it's an excuse to buy something already
Yeah.
for the car. So why not? You know, I'm very scared to see where things go. I obviously know electric has its place because I mean, the amount of stuff that people, even like, you know, the higher end supercars, like having like a hybrid, it helps.
Yeah.
It helps, but
it's that instant torque.
It's instant torque, exactly, but just...
Like a Nissan Leaf could probably blow me off the line something, but in the end, you know...
You can't hear it.
No.
You can't hear it.
No.
And to us, that's the biggest thing, is that we want to hear it.
Yeah.
I can't picture driving my
I've
car
driven plenty
around.
of hybrids and electrics and...
Is it on?
Yeah.
Is it on?
I sit there, I rev it, I'm like...
Turn it on again.
I just turned it off. Wait, did I turn it on?
Oh, yeah, you have no idea. Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah. Kind of,
you know.
like a...
Yeah.
So, obviously, we have to hear this thing. All right, that about does it, guys. Thank you so much, Bill, for having me today.
Man,
I
can't emphasize enough how much a pleasure it was, and I'm honored. Good luck to you.
No, thank you very much.
I can't wait to watch the episodes.
Yeah.
And everybody, you gotta subscribe.
Definitely be back, because we get other things that we can talk about right there. Hello. Foreshadowing. All right, guys. Take it easy, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. Thanks, man. Take care.
You too. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are still here to the end, and a big thank you again to Bill for letting me take up his time on a Sunday morning to talk about his Mitsubishi Evo 9. And if anyone else is interested, please definitely contact me if you want me to do a story on your car. If you guys did know the video, please don't forget to smack the like button. It means a lot to me. It'll mean a lot to Bill. And don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. And I will see you guys in the next one.